Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm ESL teacher Lisa. So today we are going to talk about two platforms if you need speaking practice. And I'm also going to talk about some features to look out for if you're looking for an English textbook for independent or self-study. So I get this question a lot. What can I recommend? What are some of my recommendations? So I'll give you a few today. Of course, there are a lot of great resources out there. These aren't the only ones, of course, that I'll feature in this video. But at the time of this recording, it may be a good time to purchase a book or perhaps to sign up for an online class if you're looking for a tutor or speaking practice, because it's Black Friday that's coming up at the time of this recording and Cyber Monday. So it might be a good time if you're looking to buy something anyway. So let's get right to it. First of all, at an intermediate level, you need to get speaking practice. You need to increase what they call talk time. Increase your talk time, which is simply the amount of time you spend learning a language. So on this channel, we focus on English, but it goes for any language. So how can you do that? If you have someone to talk with, a speaking partner, great, someone at home, but for many of us, that's just not possible. So we need to get professional help, so to speak. We need to go online and get that practice. The teacher does not necessarily have to be a native speaker. It certainly helps, but as long as you feel comfortable and you are able to speak. So here are two platforms that I like. And actually, I've done work with the first one here called Lingoda. And they do have Black Friday deals, so you can check it out. But they're always running deals from time to time. What I love about Lingoda is you can have group or one-on-one or both. So if you're more comfortable private with just a private tutor, and you don't have to have the same tutor, so you're not locked in, you can try different teachers across a platform, which is great. And also for the group, you can be in different kinds of groups. You're always with different students. So that's great. And the teachers are native and you can book 24/7. 24/7, any time of the day. Okay, the next platform where you can get speaking practice is Cambly, and I am on that platform from time to time. However, what I love about them is, just like Lingoda, all of the teachers are native. So you can jump on and just get great speaking practice. And again, you're not assigned to a teacher. So if you have a teacher you're not comfortable with or you don't like, you can always try another teacher. And also you can book them 24/7. So they have teachers all over the world. So you will always find one available to connect with. So try Cambly. And I do know both of them are running Black Friday specials. I think Cambly is 50% off if you have hour sessions, and I believe Lingoda is 40% off, so you can check those out. Then textbooks, what to look for in a textbook. So again, I get this question quite a bit. Teacher Lisa, what is your recommendations? There are really good books out there and some not so good books out there. I really think the industry is lacking in great ESL textbook. I do think the Interchange series, it's called Interchange, the intermediate series, actually all levels are great. I've taught using them. The new edition I'm not crazy about. I actually had a series on this channel where I was filming the Green Interchange course. It's still okay, but it doesn't lend itself to video recording. It's better in the classroom. So I only did the first two chapters and I just didn't like the new revised edition. It was difficult to film. So I switched over to this one, English for Everyone. And I have those videos. I have to add more. I'm doing every single chapter in this book. So you can go ahead if you want to purchase and follow along, or just when I share my screen. So I'd recommend the Interchange series, which is really great. And also the English for Everyone. Those really aren't so much for independent learning, at least the Interchange. I think the English for Everyone is better if you just want to learn on your own. Another one for independent learning is the Complete series. They have other languages. I will link all of these resources down below. The Complete series English book is very good. I haven't personally used it, but it's been recommended. Also, Living Language series is very good. They have a Living Language English, so you can also purchase that. And these are starter books They say they can get you to an intermediate level, but a starter book is just that, a starter book. So use it to get yourself going if you're at a lower level. And so you can try those. Also, when you look for a book, make sure you have a book that has a lot of samples, meaning has some dialogues, example sentences, so you can see how the words are put together. So that's important to look for. And patterns, you want to be able to see the patterns in a language. Every language has patterns. And so you want to make sure the book really is showing you those patterns. So you need to look for that. Also, with learning vocabulary, it's very important at a lower level. When you're a beginner, you need to learn words. It's really the building block to a language. So if you're looking to become more fluent, especially in the beginning, what do you need to do? Where should your focus be? Words. So if you choose a textbook, you want one that has vocabulary but gives you the definition. It's very clear. And then, of course, you can't just see the word once. It has to be repeated, whether it's you doing an exercise or you see it in an example sentence or something. You can't just see a word once and that's it. So you do need repetition. So vocabulary is very important, more at a beginning stage. When you get to the intermediate stage, you need to make sure you are focusing on phrases and how a native will say something. We call that collocation, how a native prefers to say something. Again, it's called a collocation. Every language has collocations. So you have to make sure the book is showing you that, ways that a native would say something. Also, audio is important. So a textbook that has audio, so you're listening to dialogue or an exercise where you have to listen to a conversation. The one I showed you earlier, English for Everyone, has that, and also the Interchange series also has the audio. So make sure you have access to that you're downloading that. And also look for a glossary. So a textbook or a book for independent learning should have a glossary, either at the end of the chapter, somewhere in the chapter, or at the end of the book, so you can reference those words. So those are just a few things to look for when you are purchasing a textbook. But how to find it? When you're searching, make sure that you have, for example, if it's on Amazon, ESL in the search. Also the level, beginner, starter, or intermediate, or advanced. And you can even use the levels that we use in the European framework. So, for example, A1, A2 is beginner, B1, B2 is intermediate, and then you have the advanced C1, C2, native-like. So you can put those in the search. So you might say conversation book, ESL, B1, intermediate level, something like that, and look at the reviews, look what other students are saying. That will help you. And of course, I also put together a book, this one here, Mastering American English, but it focuses more on speaking. So I think there are about 100 dialogues that I put together there. The dialogues aren't highly complex. They're dialogues that put you in situations that you should be comfortable with. Ordering at a restaurant, going to the bank, talking to a teacher, going to the car mechanic. All these situations, you should have the words comfortable enough to get yourself through these everyday experiences. So that's what the book focuses on. Dialogues, because students don't study dialogues enough. Dialogues show you how a native likes to put words together. We show you the grammar. We show you the vocabulary. Remember, at an intermediate level, you don't focus so much on vocabulary. You focus more on phrases like idioms. The book also focuses on phrasal verbs and idioms and collocations and how natives prefer to say things. That's what the book that I put together focuses on. I'll also link that in the description. So you don't have to use any of these resources. You can just find resources on your own. These are not the only ones out there, but at least I can recommend the two for speaking practice because I've done work for them and I like their platform, so I can vouch for them. That's Lingoda and Cambly, but of course there's some other great platforms out there. But if you don't know where to turn, start there. And then if you're looking to find a textbook or some kind of book to supplement where you want more of a self-study, then you can try some of the ones that I mentioned. I did want to add one more. for idioms, there's a great book. It's this one, for learning idioms. It's the best that I found. If you want to study dialogue, there's a ton of dialogue, and it explains all of these idioms or these everyday expressions. Native English speakers use idioms like crazy when we talk. We use idioms every day, so you need to learn them. So this book also focuses on idioms. That's also a great one. So thank you very much for watching. I will link everything in the description. If you found something that you really like, put it in there. There's some other ones too that I forgot to mention. LingQ is a good one for self-study. That's really great. Pimsleur is also another great app for learning English. And if I forgot any more, I will put it in the description. So please go ahead and check for any resources. And remember, the secret to becoming a more fluent speaker is to speak more. Increase your talk time. See you in the next video. As usual, any questions or comments, love to hear from you. Take care, everybody.